Hey pals, it's your guy, Sandy Jones. I didn't plan on doing a video tonight, but then I seen Mastodon release this and I was like, fucking A, brother, I am all about that. So I've already watched it once and now I want to talk about it just a little bit. To get out of the way, I am releasing a video in the next day or two, kind of giving some tips on if you want to get into making music videos. And as always, feel free to comment and tell me about what you're working on. We love that kind. You can subscribe and like if you want. You don't gotta, dude. Just do what makes you happy. And I hope you're well. So, also I want to say that Mastodon can do no wrong, and any opinions that I have on this video is me trying to nitpick and say at least something about an otherwise perfectly awesome fucking video. So, deal with it. Get over it. Don't tell me how to live, and I won't tell you how to live. Anyways. So we've already had two camera setups, but the same location. And then we have an internal location, and I like how the simplicity of all of this, the way it's set up. Lots of film grain, and they use lots of like practical, like real world like B-roll shots, like of lightning and stuff. And I think it's very important when you're doing 3D stuff is any way you can use like practical B-roll to kind of fill in spots. It's gonna make your 3D feel more tied to real shots like this. It also helps you kind of carry a narrative without having to make a whole bunch of VFX shots that may take a while to render. And it just keeps everything together. Yeah, I feel like all of this was done in Unreal Engine as well. You'll see what I mean. Like, that's absolutely Quixel megascans. Like, for sure, megascans all day. I could be wrong. It could just be an After Effects composition, but just the way it moves, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. And then we have, like I said, these practical B-roll shots of clouds and things that just tie things together. It keeps things grounded. Now, I want to get this out of the way. This is my like very minor nitpick, but looking at the hand here on this statuesque vibe of a character in this world, it's very pixelated. And that could be because these textures they're just not high enough resolution to be this close to, because I think that's a lot of it. And I know that with Unreal Engine, there's the whole load on demand deal where like the closer you get, the more the high resolution version shows up. And it could be something of that nature. I don't know. I know that the scales of these is pretty massive in comparison, so it could be a myriad of things, but it does look like the texture is mapped, and it's like the actual geometry is UV unwrapped properly, so that's cool. These are just the most minor ass nitpick things, because this video is fucking awesome, and whoever worked on it, what a unit. Absolute beauty. I love this. You get that subtle parallax in the background. Parallax is super important when you're trying to sell a location as being huge. And I think parallax shows the difference between if something's just like a flat, like people on a green screen, it's always the issue of like, it's just a bunch of people standing in a row because you're trying to keep everybody in focus with the green screen. And when you move, it's just a flat image behind them, so it doesn't really have that parallax like something in 3D would. Not a bunch of crazy animation stuff going on with the hand, which I think is good, because it would be really easy for like an artist keyframing this to really just oversell the shit out of it. And it wouldn't feel the same, because if you're just putting your hand in something, you might be apprehensive to just be like, what's up, holy shit. But as an artist, you want to really sell that this is like, oh, we did this in 3D and we're really trying to sell a hand movement, which would give some extreme uncanny valley. And this doesn't. This feels very grounded to the whole composition. There's not much I can say. It's just fucking cool. And there's a lot of like sweet tilt shift stuff on the sides. There's some cool effects on this to really amp it up too. So it's not, because with 3D everything's perfectly sharp, you know, because it's not going through a camera, through a lens. There's not a bunch of analog things in the way to like make the image softer naturally. And so doing things like tilt shifts and the lens blur kind of vibes and you know, putting chromatic aberration and film grain on just really makes the whole thing so much better, in my opinion. Yeah, this is the one. I feel like this is the one shot that really makes me feel like it's Unreal Engine. The way the grass looks specifically, and I could, like I said, I could be very wrong, and this is just me speculating. Real-time game engines just have a specific look to my eyes, because I guess it's because I use Blender and Eevee so much. I don't know. It's a strange thing. This liquid simulation also makes me feel like it's Unreal, because it's pretty low subdivisions, or it is to my eyes. Like I said, I could be wrong. I'm really doubting myself on that, just because it looks weird. It's a weird look, and I'm not sure. This is my favorite shot of the whole thing. It's such a big feeling composition. It reminds me of some shots in the Mac Miller video, because it takes all that you've seen so far that's kind of dense, but then it just puts it all into a different perspective with fun camera moves. Yeah, we love that shot. It's just so cool looking. It's just simple and effective. We're still getting the tilt shift vibes in the corners. We're getting some lens flares and chromatic aberrations. The textures look great here. It kind of looks like there's a seam right there, but I could be wrong. And then the reflections look cool. Just having that bit of specularity to things from lights. A great movement of the sun placement to get that sweep of the lights, and you get the just an overall feel of what's going on with the textures and the sculpture and the depth. I feel like all of this is like a super wide lens focal length, but there might be a subtle amount of shift done as well in post, like an axis shift of the final render, so it things kind of contort in a weirder way. But it could also be because of a super wide focal length. It'll give you some weird shifting. This is a cool shot. There's just so much texture going on, and it just really sells the size of these creatures or sculptures or whatever. We're really flying through a scene, and that's cool. It looks like that was done super fucking clean too. Yeah. All of the rotoscoping looks great. I mean, they only had to do such a minor amount of rotoscoping, which is a statement in itself. The way this was set up, and like the hand going into the box, like all these things that make that separation between real world and like all the VFX stuff so seamless is that's harder than it looks, and it's really brilliant. And the fact that they could set this scene up and they shot it super wide so they could dolly in and post, but they could also do this rotoscoping nice and easy. Let's not spend too much time on things like that. Because music videos, granted, Mastodon's a big band, but there's not the biggest budget. And a lot of times, like in my case, there's no team. So even if you do have a team, then you're paying for more people to work on something. So it's not that there was no budget or that it was just to get away with as little as possible, but it's knowing your goal for a video, and also knowing like where that line is. Like, are we shooting too much for a three minute song? Are we gonna spend too much time on VFX that maybe you'll see for 3 seconds? It's things like that where you have to make the best of the time that you have and the team that you have or the skills that you have. And this is a great example of like, this is a really super cool shot. It's well done, and there was minimal rotoscoping, and we could just place this object and sell the concept without being super complicated like camera moves and things. I think it's great. I think what's also great about this video is that it's a great representation of what you can do with this new technology that we have with 3D, where we're showing really cool stuff. We're not doing, you know, these crazy animations and things. We're just moving a camera, and we're trying to sell this different world without, you know, just being heavy-handed with it. It feels natural. See, it just nice simple rotoscope job. Cut that right out. It's little things, man. Is there a logo for anybody? Nope. Fair enough. Yeah, Mastodon is one of the best bands ever. It's just that simple. The video is super cool. It shows what you can do with 3D without being heavy-handed. Yeah, what can you say? It's exactly what you would expect. Fucking awesome. Shout outs to Mastodon. Shout out to the team that worked on it. Who does it say? YHELLOW. So a Yellow production, directed by Lorenzo Diego Carrera. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. Producer Chris Sanfilippo. Work with me here. I'm sorry. Clearly lots of great folks. One person on the 3D art, Elia Pellegrini. Work with me here. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But yeah, clearly lots of great folks on this. I'm sure that they do lots of other super cool shit. Find them, support them. We love all of these amazing artists. And yeah, I hope this was fun for you. I had a good time. Informative videos coming soon. More reactions coming soon. Sandwich Jones out. Oh, and some more covers too. Peace and love. But yeah, Sandwich Jones out.